Hi, everybody, and a very warm welcome to She. Always a great, great pleasure to talk to different women and talk about issues affecting women and pat ourselves on the back in the areas where we are getting it right. My name is Lillian Gidhui, and as we go forward, remember to keep sending your feedback on our WhatsApp line 0786316316. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to click like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Tonight, we are talking about women in service-oriented industries. And to my immediate left, it's Janet Wangari. I love the hair. I know you do too. And she is a travel and fashion consultant. She runs a company called Z Wild Safaris. That's the travel company, and the fashion company is called Rika Wardrobe. Karibu sana.
Thank you, thank you.
And you look amazing.
Thank you.
She looks the part, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah. To my immediate right, I've got Irene and Carter. Very bubbly. I love your energy. It's very infectious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Irene is in events and interior decor, and she has a company called Zuri Crafts.
Yes.
Thank you for making time.
Thank you for having us.
And to my distant right, it's Stella Kitonga. We had to really coax her and convince her where she needs to come, and we are so blessed to have you today. So we also had to brainstorm on what exactly to say you do, and we settled on the word fixer. She's a fixer, and she's gonna be telling us more about that as we go on. How did you get into your industry? And maybe I can just go to Irene on that one, but we'll definitely come back to you on that. How did you get in?
I worked for an organization, in one organization for about 16 years.
Hey.
So I used to handle the marketing, and I used to do a lot of event planning.
Yeah.
So it flowed, it gelled with who I was. So when things became a bit thick in the organization and I had to step out, I had already decided planning. Those are some of the things I was thinking about. But I've been one of those who tried business here and there.
Okay.
So I had an interest in floral design, specifically within the industry. And that's actually my main core thing. Though I will organize, I will run around, but within the industry, within the event planning industry, I particularly enjoy working with flowers. So you look at my page, you'll just generally see a lot of flowers.
Yeah.
So I got into events as necessity, yes, but also because it was an interest from a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you study for it?
No.
What did you study for?
Marketing.
Ah.
Marketing and branding.
Okay.
That's my key area. So, I mean, being able to do that for my organization really facilitated. It was like really easy to just transition.
Yeah.
Just that with the floral, yes, I have had to take one course after the other and practice and
I think it's important to say that because the better you get at your craft, the more competitive you get. You have to keep refining yourself. All right, let me go to the tours and travel person. How did you get in?
I studied for tours and travel. Yeah. It just started with my interest in the wildlife club, and by the time I finished Form 4, my dad has a policy of everyone in the house has to do computer.
Yes.
The minute you're done with, Form 4. So I went to Strathmore, I did my IT, I finished, and I did my tours and travel at Tech University.
Wow. Your line of work is very diverse.
Yes.
You are in fashion, you are in catering. Is it what you had in mind when you began?
Actually, I started off with fashion design because I studied fashion design first. And it was more out of being mentored because I had an auntie who had a fashion house. So she was, she had fashion shows and now making clothes. And I would see her spending nights with so many orders. And I liked the idea that you can actually just transform just because of dressing in something beautiful.
Yes.
So that's how I started off.
Yes.
And then once I got into fashion, then events just, I think, fell into place. And then I did, I also studied for cakes. I think I went to like 3 different colleges. I'm one of those people who believe every college has something different to offer you, and you always add on to the knowledge.
Yeah.
So I got into cakes, and it's easier for me if I'm organizing a function to know the dressing part is not working, or we're talking about the food is not at par, or the music, the setup. So it's easier to be all-rounded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, it
And-
works. It works.
Yeah. I want to tell the audience that you two are you best friends? Are you besties?
Oh, yeah.
You're besties.
Oh, yes.
And Irene is your, like
Yes.
your cheerleader.
Cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did your friendship begin? Was it work related or was it?
No, it wasn't. It was college.
Yes.
College while working.
Yes.
So she joined McKinney College, and I joined McKinney, and we're doing CIM. And
Institute
then,
of Marketing.
yeah.
What?
Chartered Institute of Marketing. Yes. So that's the course. So we're doing marketing communications.
Yes.
So Stella is so consistent, and she'd call every single day, and I'd be
Wow.
like, I do not know what to tell her. Yes, and she's very consistent. I usually say for her, getting into events for her was more because she loves people. And then also culturally, they are more predisposed to events compared to Kenyans. Kenyans just do, the Ugandans go big. I mean,
yeah.
Stella is home for every function. Yes. One of the leading event planners and designers currently have within, I can't even say just, I think in Africa is from Ikandi from Uganda.
Okay.
And when you look at the events and how they've done the whole thing, you can tell. So for her, culturally, it influences. I think for us, hospitality is influenced by culture.
Culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those are some of the things.
Because
So
I mean, in any way, whatever function you're having,
Yeah.
I mean, you put your all. So it's whether it's a funeral, because you look at it, this is the last time I can do anything for the departed. So you send them off well.
Yeah.
Whether it's a birth of a child, whether it's a dedication or a wedding, I mean, you do it well.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't mean that you have to be extravagant in what you spend,
Yes.
but you can go big with whatever you have.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. This goes to Irene. What's the impact of having a close friend? What impact has it had on your work?
Stella is such a perfectionist,
Okay.
and she believes in giving your all.
Yes.
So that's a concept. I think also as Kenyans, we are really yet to catch on to.
Okay.
For every function, like personally also in her life, I have seen, and it reflects on my work once in a while, is she has to have a new function, she has to have a new outfit. She'll be like, are you going to site? How are you looking?
Oh.
Are you looking Mavoranyo? What are you exactly? What's your place? How do you fit? There is just this whole thing. You should, like, if you're in events and you are going to represent a certain look, look the part. Don't try and be shumu about. No, just look. There's a sense of excellence.
Yeah.
And I keep feeling, I don't think I can match up to this, but
But you have to.
I have to try. There are times I've posted stuff, she's gone on my page, she's like, this is rubbish, Toa. And let me tell you, I remove because I would rather have someone who tell me the truth. She's like, this is a visual industry. You're not going to give people Mavawanyu and expect that you're going to get business. No, it's visual too. If your crowd, if your client is luxury, then, excuse me, give luxury, right?
Yeah. Look luxurious.
Yes, exactly. And that's the direction the world has gone to.
Yeah.
We are really, the bar is really set high.
It is.
So yes, our friendship has
That's
wrapped
the
off
impact.
into business. Yes, it has.
Amazing.
And I love the excellence that she pushes me to get.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, Janet, what intrigues me, what will always intrigue me is that you went into a career that didn't have a lot of information about. Was there a lot of information about it when you got in?
No. And McHugh, I joined ZTech when they were still a college.
Yeah.
So they have grown into the university over time.
Yeah.
So we weren't even so many in our class. I think we were like 7 people.
Wow.
Yeah, we weren't so many. So not many
Yeah.
were getting that. Around that time, people were doing a lot of cabin crew.
Oh, yeah.
So when somebody hears you're in travel, they think you're going to become either you're a pilot or a cabin crew. So you never think of the people who sell those tickets and the people who have booked those hotel rooms and the people who have organized those trips. Those ones are never thought of.
Yeah.
But then for me, I wasn't so deep into details like that.
Okay.
That's where I felt like I fitted. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go on a short break, but when you come back, I would like all of you, starting with Janet, to tell us what your expectations were and how that compares to the reality that you have found going forward. All right, we're going on a break. Don't go away. See you shortly.
Tomorrow on This Is My Story, every person's life is a story, but when daddy is a bishop, life can be interesting.
When people look at us, especially, me coming from a public family, they think we sleep on gold. We also go through challenges. As I was a child, I remember there are times we didn't even have school fees, and my father would say Neema Naitoshe. I never understood what Neema Naitoshe means.
It's a story about finding grace through trials and tribulations on This Is My Story, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
Welcome back. This is She, and tonight we are talking about women in service-oriented industries. My name is Lillian, and as we speak, continue to send your feedback to my WhatsApp line 0786316316. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We were talking to Janet about the things that you expected before you got in and the reality when you got in. What are the differences of the expectation and the reality of your industry?
In the field that I majored in, you don't get to travel as much. You're the one who sends people to travel. So you do it out of your own time.
Are you serious?
As their travel consultant, you call me to fix your travel requirements.
Yeah.
But then I'll travel at my own free time, at my own effort. But it's not like I'm going to be called and be told, "Oh, there's a flight coming in, jump in, we go."
Yeah,
There's
there are no
nothing.
special perks you get when you organize trips for people.
Well, you get those kind of favors from hotels and airlines,
Yeah.
but then it has to be seen on the business that you bring. Yeah. So it's not, being a travel consultant, you travel outside your own, your pocket, your time.
Wow.
But then my work entails sorting others. They need to travel at peace, knowing everything has been sorted. When I get there, when I get to the airport, my ticket is fine. I'll just be boarded in. When I get there, my taxi is waiting for me. When I get to the hotel, my room is already booked.
Yeah.
So that's what that's my job.
That's your job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to the calculations thing. Would you then say that there's a problem with the education system? Is it not updated enough? If you are doing some things manually that in the industry are already,
Away from.
yeah.
Yes, definitely the schools are lagging behind, and it's something I actually tried to introduce to some few colleges that we used to take interns from. And we told them, there's so much that you guys are doing that is, one, it's
Obsolete.
wasting your time, because it helps the students to learn the basic knowledge, like what the fairs entails. But then you get to the market, they don't use that at all.
Yeah.
It's just like in high school, there's so many things we learned in school.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for X up to now.
We've never found it.
Yeah. So there are so many things that we learned in school that right now they don't apply in real life.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for them. So if the colleges, if they can work with those companies that have come together and created those systems that are used in travel agencies and teach students from there, it will help for them when they get to the market. Because then again, as a consultant, I don't have to train my employees upfront. I waste time training them. I need them to get to the market and hit the ground and go.
Running,
Yeah. Because
I agree. I found that in my industry as well,
Yeah.
that you go into internship and you have to start learning very new things that you were not taught in school.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely it's a gap.
It's
to
a
be
gap.
filled.
Yeah, I agree. Right, let me go to Irene. Just before we came on camera, you were telling me how your mother told you there's no money in art.
Yeah.
Can you?
Which parent?
Can you join the dots between what made her say that
Yes.
and what later made you get into this career
Events.
that you're in? Yeah, events.
Okay, so I have a very forward-thinking father. My mom is late, 13 years ago today. Very strange. So what an opportunity also to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my life is also coming full cycle. Yes, because I was given the opportunity to do art. Because my dad had traveled abroad and had seen life, and he was a firm believer of, do you use your talents, maximize, which wasn't something that most parents go for. So I'm given the option of, let me take you to school, to art school. He even goes to BIFA, comes with a prospectus and says, you can go to art school. I'm like, because he saw the art from a long time ago when I was a child. It's been there. And then he comes home and my mom goes like, hey, art. She called me aside. She's like, art? Who? You? Which money? In which art? You're not doing? No.
Why?
There's no money.
I get her though. I get why I should say that.
But I don't know. It's true because times have changed.
Yeah.
I usually, before I left the office, I have a colleague who told me, because I do paper crafts. I do a lot of paper crafts.
Okay.
All flower related. I usually say my choice of medium is flowers.
You communicate with flowers.
Yes, it's my way to express whatever it is I do. So one colleague, before we left, I'd go to the office and because there's no work and things have slowed down, so I'd carry my artwork, my papers, and I'd sit and get tutorials. I mean, business is work. I think for me, that's the one thing I have learned. If you're going to do business, please be prepared to work. We have transnited, we have cried on site, we have been hungry, you rained on, and I've barely scratched the surface. So connecting the dots, I think for me, there's the bit of there's no money. That's one of the things my mom said. But is there money right now? There is.
There is. So you became a secretary, is what you were
Yes,
telling
I started
me.
off as a secretary. So she decided, ship off, go do secretarial. So I did secretarial. So I'm in there. I'm so lost. I was not like you. I didn't have that focus. Man, I was lost. So in between that, I meet amazing women who are doing things. They're pregnant. Some are transitioning from, they want to do secretarial because they want to get a promotion to do what. Then one was a marketer. She wanted to get into management, and secretarial was the way to go through it then.
Wow.
So it was really, things have changed because secretaries don't exist anymore.
Yeah, right now you don't.
So I got my footing when I was there and ended up now doing marketing. And then now transitioned, and now I'm doing art, which is what I think I'll do
So you've
of
come
my
full
life.
circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I'm doing with my children. We are very keen with my husband to see what are these children very good at.
Yeah.
When I am cutting paper, because one of my colleagues told me, utakula yo makaratasi, usidharau yo makaratasi.
Thank you, parents. May God give us wisdom.
Yeah, so that's how it is.
Okay, I hear you. So Stella, when she says she's cried on site,
Yes.
is there a moment when you've cried on site?
I've cried over cake, yes.
What had happened? What had happened?
You get some challenging orders and you want to be out of the box. So you know, I am going with this, I am going to try this new thing out. And then as you are in the middle of it, things are not coming into place as they're supposed to. Or Kenya Power goes off and you have there are 6 other cakes to be done because this is a wedding cake and it's a fresh cake, so I deliver fresh.
Yeah.
And you know that you need to somehow make it work.
Yes.
Yes.
So how did you make it work?
I have had situations where I carry my things and I can call up Irene and ask her, do you have power? I'm coming.
She's done it.
Very fast.
Yes,
Yes.
she has done it.
I have done it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have done it.
Okay. Okay.
Because at that particular point, it's you. You need to sort it out. You cannot call a client and say, sorry, this wasn't possible. You have to sort it out.
Okay.
So you look within, gather up your courage, and do something about it.
I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. Let's go to best job. What's your best gig? Can you think of one that has been your best gig to date?
Oh, yes. A client gave me a wedding.
A wedding?
They were doing a wedding
Destination
abroad. I was told there's a wedding coming up in a month's time. Get ready. So names started being sent, and then you start booking them. So the process of like calling the airline, like, oh, I need like 10 seats. They're going on this date. The caterers are coming from Nairobi. I need this number of seats. Then you have the photographers are coming from Nairobi. I need this number of seats. And then you find some of the photographers don't even have passports. And you're like, how are you people traveling?
Let me say something to Kenyans. Get a passport.
Yes.
You never know.
It is the first thing. The minute I finished college and I joined my first job, that was the first thing I got for myself, a passport. And I was like, even if I never get to travel with it,
You have it.
I have the passport.
Yeah.
So I am travel ready. I guess also because I expected I'll be traveling a lot.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
Once I start the job.
Yeah.
But that was the first thing. And it's very true. Kenyans have a passport.
A passport. You never know.
Yeah, because like that job came and it was a big deal. And then the team leader of the photographers is like, some of my photographers don't have passport. And I'm thinking, that is the first thing you should have asked them when you're recruiting them.
Most of them don't think they'll ever travel.
I agree.
Like you never know when God comes through for you. Be ready for your blessing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So what happened now to those photographers?
You have to
They were cancelled.
get them
there's
out,
no time.
bring others.
They lost
They lost it. Yeah, so we had to look for others who are on the ground and then send their team leader from here. So the same thing with like the people who are going to do the decor, it was coming from here, all that.
Yeah.
And then now once towards the wedding, there are those ones who were like last minute invites. They've confirmed, my clothes are now ready. I want to, because it was a big, big wedding. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well
so
done.
the challenges when it comes to such big numbers is also finding enough seats in the flight. Cancellations, there are those ones who miss their flight. Oh, I slept. Oh, traffic. What? Last minute
Not the
changes.
passport. Not the visa.
Kenyans, we are.
The Kenyans, you know, you think that the plane is going to wait for you. So somebody gets to the airport late. There are those ones who it was the first time to travel, so they don't know so much about it. And you have to like keep following up. Oh, are you out of the house? Are you at the airport? Have you checked in? Making sure everyone has gone. Yeah.
Wow, well done. What did you do with the money? Ulijenga. Ama nisiulize.
Gary.
Yeah, I bought a house.
Congratulations.
That is amazing.
So we bought a house and we started constructing up country.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
That
Amen.
is so inspirational.
Yes.
Amen.
Watu wa ataina pesa. I hope you're listening. All right. What has made you cry on set?
I did an installation and everything fell. So I live on the other side. The work is at Village Market. It's day to Christmas. No, 2 days to Christmas. This lady is opening her shop and she has a whole TV cast coming to interview her. And it's a ceiling installation. And we do the installation. I am okay. I'm happy. I get my guys up. They set up. I get home. I get a call. Vitu zote zinaanguka. Same day.
Wait.
There was traffic from hell. There was hell on the roads. I could not turn back because at that time Mombasa Road was being constructed. I sat in the car. I could ride buckets. And I told God, you cannot give me an assignment that, and I mean, this shop, it was her everything, and she was just starting off. I was thinking, already I was fighting imposter syndrome, that I am not good in my job. So this has just confirmed. You do not know what you're doing. But what I learned from that job. Let me tell you, you learn more from the
Failures.
hard things than you do from the easy ones.
things.
Definitely.
I work, and being interiors, I carry every single tool nowadays. I test my materials. So there's no prior knowledge, unfortunately, for us who do installations, just as much as it's florals. So I sat down, I cried, but I had to get to fix it.
How did you fix it?
I called somebody's watchman whose number I had in my phone and I had never called because there was no fundi I knew who was available. They'd all traveled up country. There's 2 days to Christmas. So the only person who was in that area that I could remember was our cousin's watchman. And he tells me, I have a mechanic. And I'm like, how is this mechanic helping me? I didn't care. He gave me that number. I told him, go to Village Market and go with a fundi. The guy does not know me from Adam. The guy walked to Village Market from Raka, went, looked at the place, carried a fundi. And the guy looks at it and says, and they did not ask me for a coin. And they looked at it and the guy said, Neza fix he. Ninataka 2 gypsum. I had all those things in my house.
Yeah.
So he's like, kuja hapa by saa moja tutatengeneza. So me with all the materials and the suggestions he had, mix everything in my house because now I have to be very sure this thing can work.
Yeah.
So mixed up everything, put them together, and I was like, yeah, this thing will work. So when the next day was there in good time, fixed it, then now we're all waiting. If you're going to collapse, just do it now.
Do it now when we're here.
Like, do your best.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was premium tiers, but that was one of my worst experiences. But I had the best lesson. I carry every single tool to site, like a fundi.
And
yes, I'm a fundi, but
Yeah.
yes, I carry everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yes.
You don't leave anything to chance.
No.
Because you never know what comes up.
With installations especially, I mean, people see the glamour. People never see the work.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also one of the other things is learn to talk to people in the industry. Collaborations also work.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
All right, let me go to Stella. What's best or worst? What comes to mind?
I was out of the country in New Jersey and I had to bake a cake. And I get into the supermarket to buy the ingredients and they're not our normal ingredients.
Okay.
So I needed to actually look and see, will this work, will that not work, with products that I had never used before to get the same consistency I need.
Your client was in New Jersey
Yes,
or
she
in
was.
Kenya? Okay.
She was in New Jersey. So I had gone just, ideally, I was doing the cake and be part of the wedding. And then the caterer, who she had gotten the dates wrong.
What?
So the food also wasn't coming. So I ended up cooking with the team of people we had, or at least the Kenyans who had gone.
Yeah.
Yes, we did food and we did cake and we did decor and it was a beautiful wedding.
Wow.
I fixed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. And also,
And part of fixing is also relationships, because you may give the product, but if your client is not settled, it doesn't matter how good or how well you do, they will not be able to see it. So you need to get them into the space of this is fine, this is how it'll be, and this is what I want. So even as whatever job you do, whatever you do, your client needs, you have to have a relationship.
Yeah.
So that you understand them, they understand you, and the events is also very stressful. Very stressful for the clients, just as much as it's stressful for those who are actually doing the work. But it is good to have them at a place where they're comfortable and they get to trust you. Yes.
Wow.
That's very critical.
It's critical,
it
yes.
is.
Yeah.
What a beautiful way. Guess what, guys? We are out of time. But what a beautiful way to end it. Thank you so much, ladies. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing conversation. I'm inspired, and I know we all are. Thank you guys for your company. Leave your feedback on my WhatsApp line 0786316316. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you soon.
Fresh, insightful, and in-depth stories from current affairs, opinion, inspiration, lifestyle, church-related articles, and so much more on www.familynews.today. Insights at your fingertips.